noticed from here is the preservation of family ties. You know what I mean? Like they have birth records, they have marriage records. Over here, granted, I don't know much. I'm not really versed in all that, not yet at least. It's just you get buried, you get some papers, and that's about it.
If you research them, you could find them, but it's
Yeah.
not seems to be of much interest.
Yeah, it's like most people, at least from what I'm hearing, it's like helping you keep your family ties together, if that makes sense. That's a good difference.
Families are much more tightly knit in Italy,
Yeah.
and especially in Sicily, from
In
what
Europe,
I can see.
Actually, in Europe.
I think, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're here, people leave, and that's, they go their separate ways. There, I think it's a lot. Well, I'd say the younger generation, like in Sicily, there's not much going on, not as far as work. I have two younger cousins, like mid-20s, and the one boy is in Parma now, which is, I think, near Bologna, and he's a pharmacist. He couldn't find work and he went to university there. There's not much going on in Sicily, so he went there. A lot of at least from Sicily's standpoint, a lot of the younger generation, they're moving to the center of Italy or up north where the work is.
Northern Italy is richer, right?
Yeah,
okay.
That's my first trip to Sicily, but I've been to Italy before, and I've been into like Bologna and Pisa, where the Leaning Tower of Pisa is, and to Florence a little bit. And I was told that southern Italy, there's a big difference between southern Italy and northern. Northern Italy is richer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys go any, Did you guys go to any tourist attractions?
Palermo.
I went to tour
Palermo.
in London, but not in Italy. Not
In Palermo, where we stayed, was the heart of the tourist area. We did go. We were so tired to get that flight from London to Palermo. My wife and I didn't go to sleep. The kids went to sleep for a few hours because we had to get up at 3:30. We had to be in the lobby at 3:30 to
Right.
catch an Uber to the airport. So as soon as we got to Palermo that Sunday, we just slept the whole day. I did, and went to dinner. The next day, then we had to go to Messina. We went to the Opera House, which was famous Godfather 3 scene was there where his daughter gets killed on the steps. They were aiming for him, the Godfather, and they shot the daughter, who was played by what's the director's name? I can't think of it now. But anyhow, famous scene.
Yeah.
But we didn't go touring around Palermo as much. Went little Cefalù is a famous tourist spot. A little bit there. That was nice. It's like an old town on the sea. And to Alta Via Milicia, which is not really a tourist town, but nice little town where my great-grandpa's from. Wanted to get to Agrigento, where the famous Greek temples are in ruins, but we didn't make it there. We were just limited on time.
Yeah.
But next time. Maybe you guys will come with us next time. You'll
We
be
can
out,
work
you'll
that
be
out.
and do something, present about something.
It was
to
not
help
that
out.
expensive. It really was
No.
not. No, not as expensive as I thought it would be.
So we could talk about Canyon Springs life.
Yeah.
Talk
Well,
about
you'll be
the
college
podcast.
students by then.
Oh,
We're talking
yeah.
about going back in 2027.
7.
2027.
We'll be sophomores in college.
Yeah,
Oof.
you can talk about what you're doing in college.
I
It'll be
can't.
interesting.
Yeah, we can definitely write that down. We can put that in a plan. So you guys took a lot of public transportation, which to me is
I
rare.
drove too. That
You
was
drove,
scary.
too?
Inside of Palermo, especially, they drive like crazy.
Oh,
I think the traffic signs and rules are suggested.
just
Yeah.
so like here.
Whoa, no.
I think it's worse than here.
worse than here.
Worse than here. Sorry. Worse than here. Okay.
Beep.
And-
Here,
and on
beep,
the-
beep, 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 beep.
On the highway, like if you're not going, like let's say it's 100 kilometers, 130 kilometers, which is like 70 miles per hour. If you're not doing that, they will be right on you and then speed, and you could see them coming like flying behind you, and they'll pass you right up. It's scary. Yeah, so I don't think I'll drive there again.
But how was the public transportation?
Great.
Is it different?
Yeah, the trains were pretty new,
Right.
Mm.
The
right
bus-
along the
Bus
coast,
is brand new.
brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it was good
It's
experience.
a Mercedes-Benz bus.
Mercedes-Benz
Seriously?
bus.
Yeah.
That's
For
kind of crazy.
public transportation?
It was like traveling from Messina to Palermo. So you had to pay. It was about
Okay.
$30 to make that trip.
It's not
That's
bad.
crazy.
Yeah.
The train was about the same, right? Maybe
Yeah.
like
Actually, the
little
train
less.
and the bus was almost the same.
yeah.
But the bus was more comfortable with the seats. But there's no restroom on the bus. There was a restroom on the train.
Yeah.
How are the airports?
Airports
good.
are airports. They're modern.
Good food.
Yeah.
Everywhere, even at the rest stops, there's good food in Italy.
Yeah,
They weren't
that's
busy?
true.
Well, not too bad.
No.
Yeah. You have to go.
Well, I have to now.
This whole world out. Do you have
Might as well.
passports? I recommend you get a passport
Yeah, I have one.
I
It's-
think I have one. I'll
as soon as
check.
possible. Okay. If not, they're not that hard to get. You just
Nah,
need your birth
just-
certificate.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
a
we
little
could
bit of time,
definitely.
but pretty simple.
It's like a weekend. It's fine.
A little more than that, but
Nah, I'll make it a weekend. It's fine.
you can tell the U.S. Postal Service that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to get a passport in Vegas. Actually, there's the post offices are so booked.
Mm.
So we normally go to what's the next Pahrump there, or down in Arizona, Bullhead City, or Indian Springs. I've tried over the years to get passports here, but it's always full.
Yeah, it's really.
I'll take your
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's all for today,
Yeah.
right?
Did you have anything else? Anything we want to share?
What was your favorite presentation other
That's a
than your
good
own
one,
that
yeah.
you saw at the conference?
I liked I liked them all, but Kirsten Wachter, who she's from Germany, I published her textbook, and she presented about English for football,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but not our football, soccer, right?
Oh.
And I got to kind of see the textbook come alive, so that was special. Juan, who's my cousin's husband, he presented about English for, or how English helped him propel his career, because he's from Spain, and here's a guy who went and took it to the, non-native English speaker, was a political reporter or television in New York City, and now is a professor at Columbia University teaching in the School of Journalism. It was great to see Dr. Grillo live in action in Sicily, talking about we the people, and
Politics,
yeah,
election.
and how our government works, and people are interested in that. When America sneezes, the rest of the world catches cold. So there's a lot of interest in our country for decades now. Deb, my biggest takeaway from that was how she adjusted and made it more for the students, and how to, she deals with special needs students who are second language learners. And our conference, our presentation, I think hopefully they know, at least when they come here, run, hide, fight. Were there any other?
No, I enjoyed your cousin because he started out in Spain,
Yeah.
and he talked a little bit about his childhood and growing up in Spain and whatnot, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah. It's so, I couldn't imagine, working and like I did in Japan, I worked, but I taught English, right? I didn't teach, imagine being here and having to, or being in Japan and working in a Japanese office, or in Italy and just using Italian. It would be so difficult. I really admire these people who immerse themselves into another language and culture and cannot really rely on their first language at all. Do not use it at all. To me, that's really difficult.
Yeah.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Well, I think that's all for today, right?
Yeah.
Thank
think
you for
that's
coming
it.
again, Dr. Grillo. We appreciate you, and
Yes,
Appreciate-
as always.
Appreciate you guys.
Mm.
we'll see you guys later.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
That's a good one.